Well. Good afternoon, West Ham fans. Let's talk about this afternoon's game, shall we? Yes, everybody, Russ and the West Ham Network. Hope you are all safe and well. Hope you're keeping warm. It's definitely turned, isn't it? It's definitely turned, as they say. I think it's the first time in ages this year that maybe I've scraped the ice off the car. That's when you know it's cold. That's when you know it's cold. If you're new in there, thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Particularly important if you subscribe, because as of tomorrow, we did a video this morning about our Christmas giveaway. The West Ham Network Christmas giveaway. Every day of Advent, we'll be giving away some signed prints. There's a selection. We've got Frank McAvenny's. We've got the FA Cup programme signed by Brooklyn, and looks like Billy Bonds, Phil Parks, loads of signed Clive Allen, Liam Brady, loads of signed stuff there. And it's really easy to win. All you need to do is be a subscriber, because you need to be aware of when we put up the videos. But every day in Advent, so for the next, as of tomorrow, 24 videos. In the morning, put up a little video with a little snippet from a player who we've interviewed, whose number is the same as the door number. That makes sense. So number 1, it'd be a goalkeeper. Number 2, I think it's like Tim Breaker. Number 3, Julian Dix. Number 4, I think it's Don Hutchinson. You get the idea. And all you need to do is just comment on that individual video. Every day we'll do a draw. When one randomly selected person, I found a little bit of computer stuff. You press a button, it just pings up a random comment. They'll win a sign print, and so you have to be a subscriber, because we'll put the winners up on the community tab every couple of days. You send us our address, we'll ping something out to you. So particularly if you're a bit stuck for Christmas presents, we could help you out. You know, a nice 1980 signed FA Cup programme, for example, could be a very useful present for the man or woman in your life. So we're always here to help, but make sure you subscribe. Also, tomorrow we'll be doing the members draw, so you've got a little bit of time for them to become a channel member and get automatically entered into those draws as well. We've got 3 prizes for December. We've got a signed West Ham football, signed from the guys from last season, the Europa Conference League winning side, plus also 1975 FA Cup poster, print poster signed by lots of the guys from that particular final, plus also 1985-86 print signed by loads of blokes from that particular team as well. So some nice bits. So we always try and give you stuff. We always give you stuff if we can. If we have it, we give it to you rather than us having it. So keep an eye on the channel, and make sure you enter every day. Really simple, easiest thing to do. But make sure you're a subscriber so you don't miss any opportunity. Anyway, so we've got Back to Polo coming up this afternoon, 5:45 kickoff. Do not forget, 5:45. And we know Dave Moyes' press conference yesterday. To be honest, he only answered about 4 questions, so he didn't bother doing it because it's actually not particularly exciting. It kicks off a hectic program. I think all in all, we've got 10 games in 34 days or something like that. Obviously, we play back into Pola this afternoon. 5:45 kickoff, and then we have 3 London derbies back to back. Crystal Palace at London Stadium, then we travel to 3 Point Lane for Spurs, and then Fulham at Craven Cottage on the Sunday. Then we've got Freiburg, which should be the sort of group winning deciding match. As you know, and as you mentioned yesterday, it is based on head-to-heads. That's why we're above them, despite Freiburg having a better goal difference. Then we've got Wolves, so back-to-back London Stadium games, and then Liverpool in the Carabao Cup quarter-final, and then Man United at home just before Christmas. And then we play Arsenal on the 28th, which is my wedding anniversary for anyone who's interested. 12 years. What's 12 years? I think it's silk, I think. Anyway, regardless of that, I thought I'd talk about the game tonight. Now, Dave Moyes' press conference, the only thing that was of interest was, if anything, was confirming that what we all knew and what we assumed, that Bowen hadn't travelled. Obviously, we know Antonio hadn't travelled. And apparently, he said a couple of others. There was 2 more who hadn't travelled because they were ill. We believe that those were Mohamed Kudus and Edson Alvarez. So those 4 definitely didn't travel. One person who did travel was Divine Mbama, who we'll talk about in a minute. So we know we pretty much are. Our main striking line, so to speak, Antonio, Bowen, and Kudus aren't available, and Alvarez is also not available for tonight. He didn't travel, so I have. Well, I assume this mystery bug will recover in time for 2 o'clock on Sunday. So I imagine 3 of them, not Mr. Antonio, but the others will all be featured in the game against Crystal Palace, because we bloody need them, in all honesty, because we need to maintain a strong presence in the Premier League and also keep the momentum going. It's all about momentum. With so many games, literally a game every 3 days for the next month. We need to keep the momentum going, and winning does breed momentum. And despite the fact of the performance for the Burnley game, that would give the team so much confidence coming back so late on as well. You can see how they're buzzing, and hopefully that will sort of come forward to this game today. And I think it will do, because actually today does give based on who hasn't travelled, I think today gives the likes of many of the, not second string, but many of the squad players a real opportunity, to not stake a claim, but with so many games coming up, to show management that actually they can be relied upon, they can put a performance in. Didn't happen when we did it at Olympiacos, but I'm ever the optimist. Olympiacos, I think, was a different beast, so to speak, because I think actually the crowd, I think they froze under the crowd, to be perfectly honest. I think the Olympiacos crowd were phenomenal. So I think they sort of, went, ooh. Anyway, let's do our starting 11s as we always do. We thought we'd do it today rather than do it, 3 o'clock or whatever. Let's take off the beer 52. If you want any beer, beer52.com. Just keep an eye on the channel. We might be doing a wine one as well soon, because they're so happy with us at the moment. Anyway, in terms of the side, let me just sort myself out a little bit. Sorry, I've got the light behind me. But anyway, so it is a European game. So Mr. Fabianski is in goal. Simple as. Now, in terms of back 4, I think there'll be a lot of rotation from the Burnley game, particularly with the fact of Crystal Palace on Sunday. This game's a strange one in terms of the TSC game, because TSC have only got 1 point this season so far. West Ham are really in the box seat to qualify top of the group because of the head-to-head rule. So, God forbid we don't win. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world, because we've still got that Freiburg game. And obviously, if we both win, us and Freiburg both win, then we go into the last game as a shootout. Basically, Freiburg have to beat us better than 3-1 at London Stadium in 2 weeks' time. A draw would be enough for us to go up at top of the group. And you see the likes of maybe PSG, maybe Man United, dropping in. It's imperative we sort of win this group to get a chance of obviously then getting to the last 16. Or we would get to the last 16 if we top the group. And also for that last 16 game, very similar to the previous 2 years, we have the second leg of that under the last 16 tie would be at home, which I think makes so much difference for the crowd and just the game in general, for West Ham perspective. Right, let's go. So on right back, I think Vlad gets a rest. I think Tilo comes in. Could be putting him in the shop window for a January move. As you said, he's one of the players that we could be looking to move on, because one of the only players who probably got a decent value based on contract length. They're looking at 12 million quid for him. I think we bought about 10 million. So I think Tilo would do a job there. Alongside him would be Mavropanos comes in, who I think is fantastic. I think he's Very good. We know the likelihood is I don't think Kurt Zoom he might have travelled, but Kurt never plays 2 game weeks anyway, so I wouldn't be surprised not seeing him anywhere near the side today. Now, normally I'd throw in Oggy, but I think with such a I think you wouldn't have to. I think you've got Naif comes in. I think I like the two of Naif and Mavropanos. He may well put Ogbonna on. He may have Ogbonna instead of Naif, but I think if you do that, you have to be concerned with who you play at left back. If you're playing Ogbonna, you can't have Cresswell at left back. Two, where I think you can have Cresswell at left back, give Emerson the night off, so to speak, hopefully, and put Naif, because Naif can cover, whereas Oggy can't cover Cresswell. You do lose a lot of attacking threat down the left hand side, but I think not bigger fish to fry at all, but I think we've got enough there. We've got enough there. And we've also they'll all be on the bench anyway, so we can bring them on. It's always a double-edged sword. A lot of people want us to go strong and then take players off, but usually it's the other way around when it comes to West Ham. We go sort of weak and then bring the strong ones on if we need to. Now with Alvarez not playing, I don't think we do the 4-1-4-1. I think we go to the 4-2-3-1 with Tommy Souček coming in there, giving some grit alongside JWP. It may change slightly, and I've got another idea of how it could flick, but we'll go with that. So we'll go with a reasonably strong midfield. I wouldn't risk Paqueta tonight, although he may well play. But anyway, this is how I think. This is how I think we should utilise the side. On the right hand side, Fornals comes in. We know Bowen's not playing. We know Kudus is not playing. So probably, and this midfield, this front three, not the striker, but the front three, would rotate. I think so. Although I put Fornals on the right, he might play as a 10. He might play on the left. It could easily change. Mr. Cornet, the lesser spotted Matson Cornet. For me, this is a perfect game for him. Perfect game for him from the start. And again, Fornals will probably drop into the middle as a 10, and then Cornet goes on the left, or maybe even Benny drops into the 10, and Cornet goes on the right and left, or vice versa with Fornals. That front three will move about, and I think it's quite a dynamic front three. I think it's a dynamic front three, and up front, Divin. This is a perfect game for Divin. We need him. He came on, made a hell of a difference. And I think because we've got Divin, you may even be able to get away with. You may even be able to get away with possibly taking out someone like Tommy Souček and bringing in someone like Connor Coventry or someone like to give Souček the night off, because you don't need that physicality up front because we've got it. When Danny Ings plays, we need Souček up as a 10 just to give that sort of bit more oomph up front. But Divin's got it all in spades. I mean, it could change. You could even flick it round again. You could put Souček as a 10, and Fornals could even drop in and play in that sort of midfield holding role. He did it a lot last season with himself and Lanzini as a 2 in midfield. So they could even go with that as well, which may even suit Fornals better. Push Cornet on the right, Benny on the left, and put Tommy in the middle, or even drop Tommy to JWP, put JWP in, or even give JWP the night off and put Paqueta as a 10. So there's lots of options. I know it seems that we've got a few players out, but this is a real opportunity tonight. Bakatopola haven't performed well in Europe at all. Their only point is because they basically came back. Was it 2-0 against Olympiacos? 2-0 down, they got a sending off, and they came back 2-2. So they could almost have no points at all, really. They can just about get third place, can they? They'd have to win both games. But and obviously that would obviously qualify for the Conference League to drop in, the third place teams drop in from the league. But the chances are it's not going to happen. But I don't think it's a bad side. My only slight concern is that left-hand side. Maybe Emerson will start, but I just think with so many games coming up, and he is so important to West Ham on that left-hand side, I just can't see him risking him in a cold game. Could even throw in, oh, I was supposed to say, could even throw him on a couple of the youngsters, Ollie Scarles or Lewis Orford. You may well see a random one there, particularly in the bench, I'd say. But I know they've got a league games against Norwich of the week, but it's a PL2 game, and it's like, it doesn't mean anything. It's straight with the PL2. It doesn't actually mean anything because it's just, yeah. But anyway, that's what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And also give me your score predictions. Hopefully, I'll be on doing a little bit of live stuff pre-match, going through the team when it's announced, that type of thing, and keep it on the channel for all the good stuff. We should have your West Ham View boys doing a review show in the evening. We'll probably do a bit immediately after the game as well. But so there's plenty of content, and obviously, as I said, as of tomorrow, don't forget. As of tomorrow, we've got the start of our Christmas calendar giveaway. So keep an eye on the channel, all that type of stuff. And if you want some beer, beer52.com/West Ham, get your Christmas beers in. Anyway, take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith, and come on, you bloody Irons. Irons!